Hello coders, welcome to Indiamoon channel. This is HTML basics lesson for your first web page. Alright, so you might want to take a deep breath at this point because you need to prepare. You are gonna create your very first web page, and by the end of this, you are going to basically be an HTML wizard. In the sidebar, so let's get cracking now. The first thing we want to do at the top of every HTML page is put the doctype tag. And the doctype is one of those things that you are just gonna have to get used to putting in the top of your documents. Alright, when I first started, I was like, what the hell is this, you know? They were so convoluted back in the day, they had loads of different doc types. But it's really simplified these days, and basically what a doctype does is it just saves to the browser, hey, I'm HTML, this is the type of my document I want you to render me as HTML. Alright, so you need to make sure you put this at the top of every HTML document, and it's dead simple. You want to open it like any other tag you would do, and you put an exclamation mark first of all, doctype HTML simple, that's all you need to do. Right, next thing. So I'm going to quote another author when I go through this, and I'm gonna quote James Williamson, and he says that an HTML document is very much like a sandwich, and that is an awesome analogy. A sandwich has got two pieces of bread, and in HTML, it needs two pieces of bread, or rather two tags to open it and close it. And these pieces of bread are HTML tags, and would you look at that? That's another cool feature of brackets. You open a tag, it closes it for you. Brilliant. Alright, so HTML there, your pieces of bread, everything in your sandwich or everything in your webpage goes between these two tags. Alright, now then, your first tag that should go at the top is pretty much always a head tag. And you want to think of the head tag, it's like the relish or the mayonnaise that goes on your sandwich. It's not the big, meaty content, but it's the things that make it taste nicer. And it's the same for a webpage, it's the things that tell our browser, look, I've got this extra information about this webpage, I don't want you to show it to the user, but I'm telling you, look, this is about my webpage. So it's the little extras. Alright, and some things that go in the head are some meta tags, and they tell, you know, search engines like Google, your keywords. So, say you've got a fish website, you want to sell fish, and I want to put in, I want to tell Google, look, if people search for these keywords, if people search for salmon or trout, I want them to come to my website. So what you want to do is you want to put a meta tag in here in this head part, and you put your keywords in there. Other things we can put in are the meta charset, and we are going to do that now. And basically what this says is, I'm using the UTF-8 character set of my document. And that's pretty much a standard, you don't need to know much about it, I certainly don't. If you want to read about it, you are more than welcome to, there's plenty of articles out there. And would you know it's about this tag? It's got a little slash inside it, and that's because it doesn't have a closing tag, it's a self-contained tag. I've talked about them briefly, and I think the first video tutorial in this course where, as a head has got two tags opening and closing, and we've got the forward slash in the second tag, the closing tag. This one doesn't have a closing tag, so we put the slash just before we close the self-contained tag, and that's pretty, you know, you do that with every self-contained tag. So what else goes in the head? We can put things like CSS references, we can put things like JavaScript references. I'm going to talk about the head in the next movie, and I'm gonna talk about JavaScript and CSS in separate tutorials also. For now, we are just going to put another tag in there called the title, and the title tag is the thing when you open a webpage and at the top of the tab you see the website title, that's what this is. So let's just call this my first web page. Alright, so we've done the head for now, what's next? We want the body, not the bottom, my mistake. Don't know what the hell about, we want the body. And the body is like the meat of the sandwich, the roast pork, the corn if you are vegetarian, whatever's on your sandwich, and this is in the body, whatever is on your web page that you want your users to see, this is in the body, anything goes. Alright, so what are we gonna put in it? We are gonna put in a title, and we'll call this my first web page, and then I think we'll put a paragraph tag in as well, and we'll say, yo, guys, hope you like my website, we sell fish, and there we go, we've done it, that is your first website. You've got your HTML doctype tag at the top, you've got your HTML opening tag and closing tag surrounding the entirety of the HTML document, that's your bread. You've got your head with all your mayonnaise and everything that you are telling the browser is about your document, and then you've got your body, you've got your meat of the HTML page, your actual content that you want your user to see, and that is the HTML document, simple as that. I mean, it can get a lot more complex, and we are going to certainly pub this out as the course goes on, but for now, let's just save this, and we are going to view it in a browser. Another cool thing about brackets, you want to right-click. By the way, I just click Ctrl+S to save the document. If you right-click this index file here, you say Show in Explorer, it's going to pop up the Windows Explorer with your index file in it. You just want to double-click this, and because it's an HTML file, it had that .html extension on it, it's opened up in a browser, and there we go, guys, we've got our first web page. And have you been following along with me? Congratulations, you want to give yourself a pat on the back because that is your very first web page. Alright, so just to recap, we've gone through the doctype, we've gone through the opening HTML tags, the head tags, and the body tags. So we are going to flesh this out a little bit more as we go on, and in the next lesson, we are going to look at the head tag. I'll see you guys.